Joel, does each new left tackle have to wear a name tag?
No, I got them down. I got the names down. No, it's good. You hear about guys, you meet guys throughout the league, and get a chance to play with a bunch of them.
Can you talk about the quarterback change, and what do you think that this can do for you guys, and what do you guys have to do to help this rookie out on Sunday?
Yeah, first off, a ton of respect for Joe and what he did, and I still feel like our offense as a whole did, do enough for Joe. And so we want to be better for Dylan. But since day one, in OTAs and off-season workouts, I think Dylan's been preparing for this moment. He takes notes. He handles his business. If you see him on Fridays and Saturdays after our practice, like he's always doing that extra, walking through the script, walking through the plays. And so I think he has a handle on what we want to do and what we want to accomplish. And hopefully he can, use his mobility and stuff to open up the offense a little bit for us.
How difficult is it for a rookie, though, to kind of go to the head of the room, be that guy and kind of earn the respect of the veteran?
Yeah, I think our offense allows him to do that, but he's played so much football. Like he's in, 6-year college, like most starts or something in FBS history, played in a lot of big games. And I think his confidence and his, the way he carries himself just gives him that ability to step to the front of the room and the work he's put in. If he hadn't put in the work, then there's like, oh, come on, like what are we doing here? But he's put in the work and he's been focused and he's kind of been ready for this moment.
Does it seem like his height has not been a factor, just from what you've been able to see since the time that he's been here?
Yeah, I haven't noticed anything about his height, I know it's been a big talking point, but from what I've seen in practice and in games, it hasn't really affected him yet.
Because, we talk about a lot, but the continuity of you wide and Ethan in the middle, because down both sides, both tackles, you're sort of waiting to see how that plays out. How important is that, especially as you're getting new guys adjusted to those rules and to build that continuity as an offensive line?
Yeah, we want to try and stay stable in the middle, especially for Dylan, so he can step up and make those plays. But yeah, it's good. Poe kind of runs the ship, and me and Wyatt try and help what we can. But it's a good group in the middle, and we're just trying to be the best we can so everybody else around us can be successful.
What I was saying on Monday, duo's duo, the plays aren't that much different. So when a guy like Cam comes in who's been around,
yeah,
how difficult is that adjustment really, and what really goes into kind of that adjustment?
Yeah, there's an adjustment just in like the way he kind of does technique and stuff like that. Like you said, most of the plays are similar across the league, maybe a little bit different terminology or a different code word for things. But Cam's been in a lot of offenses and he has a lot of experience. So I think him coming in and having me and Wyatt there to be able to communicate, even if he doesn't quite understand, the terminology, we can be like, hey, we're doing this, and he can kind of get a feel for it.
Tommy talked about flipping some plays with a left-handed quarterback. What kind of challenge does that have for you guys on the offensive line?
We don't feel it as much because most of our plays have a two-way go. Dan can do the math for me here, but I think this is my 21st starting quarterback that I've played with. I don't think I've played with a left-hand quarterback though in my career or college or high school. So it's a new thing for all of us. But no, I think for play-wise, like we kind of have most of the things in both ways and things of that nature. So I've it's not a huge deal for us, but it'll be interesting to see.
How did you prepare mentally for this game, like as a team?
Yeah, I think we've really just focused on, like, our singular goal is trying to win a game this week. So there is distractions of traveling to London. We flew overnight, being in a new place, being in a hotel for a few more days. But the goal is to try and find a way to win, and that's what we've been focused on. So we had a good day of, walk through practice, little get the body moving, and I think tomorrow we can move into like our normal Friday. But really, just our focus has been on Minnesota and find a way to win the game.
Joel, speaking of firsts, have you ever seen an interview conducted with no words coming out of a player's mouth?
No, I scrolled past that and I didn't actually watch it yet, but I have not seen that before.
And just if you haven't seen it, maybe you can't comment on this, but I was just wondering, could that just be a young guy expressing from some frustration over getting criticized and different things like that?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what even got asked. So I'm not sure how he does it, or why he did it. But it's probably a question for him to answer, and it's hard for me to speculate on exactly what was kind of going on in his mind.
You're back. How does a cross Atlantic flight, what does that do to the back?
I slept a little bit on the plane. We had the, lay flats. I don't want to, we were in first class in the lay flat, but I don't quite fit in those very well. So I was pretty much just like in a recliner most of the time. But I woke up and I was pretty good. I did some mobility. I did some stretching. I moved around, and so far so good.
So when you look at this defense, specifically the defensive line, kind of what challenges does it present for you guys? Because of just the fluidity of the offensive line right now?
Yeah, I mean, you look at a Flores defense, and they're known for blitzing and exotic looks and different things. But I think this year they've even taken, we'll see what they do to us. It's kind of a game plan thing. But they have Jonathan Allen and Hargrave now, and some good edge rushers. So I think they've upgraded some of their players on the inside, and so they don't have to quite blitz as much. So you've seen some more 4-down rushes and let those guys work a little bit. But it's a challenge. I mean, they have great players. They seem to find your weakness and blitz that way and stuff. So it'll be a good challenge for us.